Hey guys, this is Pam Baldwin. So I am busy working away with the February digital kit by Ali Edwards, and this is one of the projects that I'm working on. It is a layout about a little kind of a moment or a story that happened with my kids recently, and I wanted to make sure that I captured it like as soon as possible because this was a good one. It was a keeper. So I wanted to say that this was a love story, and it really is because here, I'll back up a little bit and tell you what happened. So, my kids spent an evening recently pretending to be doctors and getting ready to go to doctor school is what they were calling it. So, I told them that we needed to get a picture of them for their ID badges, kind of trying to incorporate them in the game a little bit and also at the same time serve my own purposes of being able to get a photo to capture the moment. So with the frame of mind that we were making Dr. ID badges, they were all for it. So they stood up for me against the wall to take pictures. So here's the first picture of the two of them standing there against the wall getting ready for their photo. And my son looks super serious and you can kind of see this happening the whole way through. But at the same time, you can see my daughter Emily kind of getting a little bit closer to him each time. And by the fourth one, she's getting ready to say something to him. And at the fifth one, she kind of puts her hand to her mouth because she's going to whisper a secret to him. But it's not much of a whisper because we can all hear it. So she leans up to him and she whispers, "I love you." And then you can see this huge smile come onto his face. And even Emily gets this big smile as the two of them are grinning from ear to ear, having had this experience together. So I wanted to take a moment to capture that story and kind of reflect a little bit about on the fact that moments like these make me feel like, hey, maybe we're doing something right as parents every once in a while. So that's how this layout kind of came to be. And then I posted a sneak image of kind of my work in progress, and a lot of people were really excited about the idea of having this this title kind of colored in with these colors here. So I thought I'd whip together a quick tutorial to show you how this came to be. So I'm working in Photoshop Elements version 13, and this is the way pretty much all of my projects start out, just playing around on the computer. And I've created a new canvas here already. This one is size 6 by 8, and I've got the digital stamp also open in my project bin at the bottom here. And then the color scheme for this I actually drew from another card that's included in the digital kit that has this kind of pink ombre effect happening on it, where it goes from a light pink to a dark pink all the way through. And I really liked the colors here, and I thought that they work well together, so it was a good fit to be able to create this title here. So one of the things you might notice is that I've called this a love story, and the actual digital stamp itself says story love. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of rearrange how these things appear. So I'm going to use the crop tool from the toolbar on the left hand side, and I'm going to select an area that says the part of the stamp that says love and crop it like that. And then I'm going to open up my canvas and then just click and drag that cropped piece of word art from the bottom up to my new canvas. I'm going to go back to that digital stamp again and undo that crop action that happened there and recrop it so that I can get the story portion from it as well. And that looks about right. Oh, I might have captured. Let me back up a step. So we're going to get it without taking any of the love that's below. Still got a little bit of the top of the O, so we'll just creep it up a bit there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click and drag that up onto the new canvas. So neither of these things have been resized. They still fit together really well. And I'm going to link these layers together over in the layers panel on the right hand side so that I can resize it all in one to be able to move it around a bit on my page. Okay, so that's the basics about having the stamp kind of rearranged there. The next thing we're going to do is start picking up the colors to be able to color them in. So this is almost like an adult coloring book, but it's the digital version of it. So I have used, sorry, let me back up. I've got the color selection tool from the tools panel on the left hand side, and I've clicked on a portion of light pink from the top line that just says love you. And I'm going to go over to my canvas and making sure that the first word love is selected in the layers panel. I'm going to grab the paint bucket, and so now this pink color is filling the paint bucket, and whatever I click on is going to turn that light pink color. So I'm just going to randomly select a few spots here. As soon as I click on it, it says that this is a smart layer and it must be simplified for editing. Do you want to proceed? And we're going to say yes, because we've got it sized the way we want to. So if we resize it anymore, we might notice some pixelation. I've never really had that problem with it. So I'm going to click on the O. And now I've got a kind of a light pink O there. And I think that maybe I'll pick one of these overlapping spots here as well. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the story layer from below. So this little symbol that's on the image of the stamp in the bottom right corner there means that it is a smart layer. So what we can do so that we don't get that message popping up again is just say to simplify the layer in advance. And I did that by right clicking on the layer and then selecting the word that says simplify layer. So that one is now ready to go. So the story layer is selected, and I still have the pink color, so I think that maybe I'll try to make the Y over here this light pink color, and maybe a little bit of the S as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the card again with my color inspiration, get the color selection tool again, and get kind of this peachy color selected this time. And I will go back. So my story layer is still selected, and I've got the peach color in my paint bucket. And I can start picking which ones I want. Oh, okay, so I clicked on the L, but I didn't have the love layer selected. So I'm going to back up one step, pick up the love layer, and then fill in the L again. And maybe I will do a little bit of the T and the O overlapping there as well. Okay. Back to my color inspiration, get the color selection tool. I'm going to go for the coral color. And back to my project again. The story layer is selected right now. I'm going to do the T this time, and maybe the bit that is merging the R and the Y. And then pick the love layer, and I think I'll fill in the E with this color. And we'll go back to the color inspiration piece again. And with the color selection tool, go for this kind of bubblegum pink color. And back to our project. So the love layer is selected. We'll go with the V on this layer, and we'll fill in the L and the O. And then I'm going to pick the S. So just a few pieces left here to fill in. Color selection tool for the last color. And the story layer is selected. So we'll do this one. And then I'll fill in some of these overlapped pieces of the love. Looks like I need one more color for there. So I'm going to just grab the color selection tool. I'll pick up the light pink color from here, and then fill in that last little bit with this color. Okay, so that is just kind of a general idea of how this title portion came to be, and I did move through it kind of quickly. So if you have any questions, absolutely feel free to leave me a comment below, and I will be happy to try to help you out. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.